Hey guys, Aiden here presenting you with another video, and it's today's read-along story. So let's get on to every storybook, and I'll read it to you guys. Every Saturday I read books to you now. Anyways, so we're gonna read Walt Disney's classic Bambi. So get comfortable, y'all Disney fans, because we're gonna read about our favorite little deer, Bambi. Here's on the page. When Bambi was born, the forest animals came to greet him. Bambi come into the woods in the middle of a forest. A ticket, the little hidden ticket was scared big enough for the new baby and his mother. But Magpie soon spied him there. "What a beautiful baby," she cried, and away she flew to spread the news to the other animals of the forest. Her chattering soon brought dozens of birds and animals into the ticket. The rabbits came hurrying, the squirrels came scurrying, the robins and the bluebirds fluttered and flew, and at last, when the old owl woke up from his long days in sleep, "Who?" the owl said sleepily, hearing all the commentation. "Wake up, friend owl," a rabbit called. "It happened. The young prince is born." Just gotta make sure there's no page stuff. No, never mind. "Everyone's going to see him," said the squirrel. "You must come too." With a sign, the owl spread his wings and flew off towards the thicket or ticket? Yeah, thicket, I guess I said it right. There he found squirrels and rabbits and birds, and peering through the bushes at a doe and a little spot fawn. The fawn was Bambi, the new prince of the forest. "Congratulations," said the owl, speaking for the animals. "This quite is an occasion. It isn't often that a prince is born in the forest." The doe looked up. "Thank you," she said quietly. Then, with her nose, she gently nudged her sleeping baby until he lifted his head and looked around. She nudged him again and licked him resurgently. At last, he pushed up on his thin legs and trying to stand. "Look, he's trying to stand up already," shouted one of the little rabbits, named Thumper. He's awfully wobbly," thought, "isn't he?" Thumper is the bunny who became Bambi's first friend. Thumper's mother, Rabbit, exclaimed, pulling him back. "That isn't a pleasant thing to say." The new fawn's legs were unsteady. It was true. But at last he stood beside his mother. Now all the animals could see the fine white spots on the red-brown coat and the sleepy expression on the soft baby's face. The forest animals around him echoed with countless small voices. A soft breeze rustled the leaves around the thicket, and the watching animals whispered among themselves. But the little fawn did not listen to any of them. He only knew that his mother's tongue was licking him softly, washing him and warming him. He nestled closer to his mother and closed his sleepy eyes. Bambi learned to play games with the bunnies. Quietly, the animals and birds slipped away through the forest. Thumper the rabbit was the last one to go. "What are you gonna name the young prince?" he asked. "I'll call him Bambi," the mother answered. "Bambi," Thumper said. "Bambi, that's a good name. Goodbye, Bambi." And they all hopped away after his sisters. Bambi was not a sleepy baby for long. Soon he was following his mother down the narrow forest path. Bright flowers winked at him and from beneath the leaves. Prickly branches tickled his legs as he passed. Squirrels and chipmunks looked up and called, "Good morning, young prince." Possums hanging by their long tails from a tree branch said, "Hello, Prince Bambi." The fawn looked at them with wondering eyes, but he did not say a word. Finally, as Bambi and his mother reached a little clearing in the forest, they met up with Thumper and his family. "Hi, Bambi," said Thumper. Come on and play." "Yes, let's play," Thumper's sisters cried, and away they hopped, over branches and hill rocks and truffles of grass. Bambi soon understood the game. He had begun to jump and run and on his stiff, spindly legs. Thumper jumped over a log, and his sisters followed. "Come on, Bambi," Thumper called. "Hop over the log." Bambi jumped, but not far enough. He fell with a plop on top of the log. "Too bad," Thumper said. "You'll do better next time." And we all know he does better real soon if you haven't seen the movie. Now, Bambi untangled his legs and stood up again, but still he did not speak. He pranced along behind Thumper, and soon he saw a family of birds sitting on a branch. "Bambi, look at them." "Those are birds, Bambi," Thumper told him. "Birds? But birds?" Bambi said slowly. The young prince has spoken his first word. Thumper and his sisters were all excited, and Bambi was pleased too. He repeated the word over and over to himself. Then he saw a butterfly cross the path. "Bird, bird," he cried. "No, Bambi," said Thumper. "That's not a bird, that's a butterfly." The butterfly disappeared into a clump of yellow flowers. Bambi bounced towards them happily. "Butterfly," he cried. "No, Bambi," said Thumper. "Not butterfly, flower." Thumper pushed his nose into the flowers and sniffed. Bambi did the same, but suddenly he drew back his nose and touched something warm and furry. Out from the bed of flowers came a small black and white head with two shining eyes. "Flower?" cried Bambi. As the little animal stepped out, the white striped down and black fur back glistened in the sun. Thumper was laughing so hard he couldn't barely speak. "That's not a flower," said Thumper. "That's a skunk." "Flower," Bambi said again. "I don't care," said the skunk. "The young prince can call me Flower if he wants. I don't mind." And that's how Flower the skunk got his name. Bambi and his friends would play together in the spring. One morning, Bambi and his mother walked down a new path. It grew lighter and lighter as they walked along. Soon, the trail ended in a triangle of bushes and vines, and Bambi could see a great bright open space spread out before them. Bambi wanted to pound out there to play in the sunshine, but his mother stopped him. "Wait," she said. "You must never run out in the meadow without first making sure it's safe." She took a a few slow, careful step forwards. She listened and sniffed in the directions. And then she called out, "Come, Bambi, run out." He he felt so good and so happy, and he leaped into the air again and again for the meadow as the most beautiful place he had ever seen. His mother dashed forward and showed him to race and play in the tall grass. Bambi ran after her. He felt as if he were flying. Around they raced in the great circles. At the last, his mother stopped and stood him catch her breath. Bambi saw his own face in the meadow pool. Then Bambi and his mother set out to explore the meadow. Soon he spilled his little friend the skunk. The skunk sitting in the shade of the blossoms. "Good morning, Flower," said Bambi. He found Thumper and his sisters nibbling on some sweet clovers. "Try some, Bambi," said Thumper. So Bambi did. Suddenly, a big green frog popped out of the clovers and patched on over a meadow pond. Bambi had never seen a pond before. So he hurried over for a closer look. As the fawn came near, the frog hopped into the water. Where could he have gone? Bambi wondered. So he bent down to take a look into the pond. As the ripples cleared, Bambi jumped back in, for he saw a fawn down there in the water. Look up, looking at him. "Don't be frightened, Bambi," his mother told him. "You're just seeing yourself in the water." Bambi met another little fawn. Her name is Faline. So Bambi looked once more. This time he saw two fawns looking out at him. He jumped back again and he lifted his head and he saw that it was true. There was another little fawn standing beside him. "Hello," she said. Bambi backed away and ran to his mother, where she was quietly eating grass beside another doe. Bambi learned again her and peered out of the other little fawn who had followed him there. "Don't be afraid, Bambi," his mother said. "This little Faline and this is your aunt Ina. Can't you say hello to them?" "Hello," Bambi said to the two deers, but Bambi did not say a word. You have been wanting to meet the other deer," his mother reminded him. "Well, Aunt Helene and Faline are deers just like us. Now, can't you speak to them?" "Hello," whispered Bambi in a small voice. "Come and play, Bambi," said Feline. She leaned forward and licked his face. Bambi dashed away as fast as he could, and Feline raced after him. They almost flew over the meadow, up and down. They chased each other over the little hill rocks. They raced. When they stopped, a topsy rubber and breed, they were good friends. Then they walked side by side on the bright meadow, listening quietly together. And this story is getting a little long. I think there's only like a couple more pages left to go. Yeah, 3 more pages. I'm almost running out of breath reading the story. One morning, Bambi woke up shivering with cold. Even before he opened his eyes, his nose told him there was something new and strange in the world. Then he looked out of the thicket. Everything was covered with white. "It's snow, Bambi," his mother said. Go ahead and walk out. It's all right. Bambi stepped out onto the snow very slowly. His feet sank deep into the soft blanket. He had to lift them up high as he walked along. Now and then, with a soft plop of a tiny snowy heap, would tumble from a leaf overhead into his nose or back. Bambi was delighted. The sun glittered so brightly on the whiteness. The air was mild and clear, and all around him white snow stars came withering down. From the clearest of the little hill, I meant to say, he saw Thumper. Thumper was sitting on top of the pond. Come on, Bambi, Thumper shouted. Look! The water is stiff. He thumped up with one foot against the solid ice. You can't even slide on it. Watch. Thumper took a run, slide swiftly across the pond. Bambi tried it too, but his legs shot out from under him and down he crashed into the hard ice. That was not so much fun. Let's play something else, Bambi suggested when he had carefully pulled himself to his feet again. Where's Flower? I think I know, said Bambi, said Thumper. He led Bambi to the doorway of the deep burrow. They peered down into it. There peacefully was sleeping on the bed of a withered with red flowers laid the little skunk. Wake up, Flower, called Bambi. Is it spring yet? Flower asked sleepily, half opening his eyes. No, it's winter just beginning, Bambi said. What are you doing? Hibernating, the little skunk replied. Flowers like to sleep in the winter, you know. Thumper yawned. I guess I could take a nap too, he said. Goodbye, Bambi. I'll see you later. So Bambi was left alone sadly. He wandered back into the thicket. Don't fret, Bambi, his mother said. Winter will soon be over, and spring will come again. So Bambi went to sleep beside his mother, and they snugged. So Bambi, that's what I said. Warm thicket and dreamed of jolly games that he and his friends would play when springtime came again. Let's get this next page of it here. Oh dear. I think this is I hope this is the last page. Oh, yeah, I think that's all the pages. I think I've read the whole story. I guess these are just like little pictures. Oh, well, that's a really big story. I almost ran out of breath. Well, I hope you guys enjoy me reading this book to you all. So remember, every Saturday I'll read books to you guys, and you know, enjoy, and you can learn something from stories. So yeah, thanks for watching me reading this book to you guys, and take care, and we'll see you next time.